Hi, welcome to Light Tutelage. In this session, I will discuss how to calculate number of protons and number of electrons from a given ion. And before I discuss about calculating number of protons and electrons in an ions, let me explain a bit about ion. An ion is formed by an atom which loses electrons or gains electrons. And when an atom loses electrons, it forms positive ion. For example, we have sodium atom, and it is having atomic number 11. It means that it is having 11 electrons, and when it loses one electron, it produces positive ion. It carries plus charge. Plus charge means it is having one positive charge. It means that it has lost one electron. Since it has lost one electron, as a result it is left with 10 electrons. Now let me take one more example, that is like in case when an atom gains electrons. Here we have chlorine atom, and it is having atomic number 17. It means that it is having 17 electrons, and it gains one electron. I will mention here one electron. It means that when it gains one electron, it carries negative charge. Negative charge shows that it has gained one electron, and positive charge shows that it has lost one electron. Since it is gaining one electron, that's why we add 1 to 17. As a result, it is having 18 electrons. Now let me take some examples of ions from which I will be deriving the number of protons and number of electrons. Let's say we have aluminum, which is having plus 3 charge. Aluminum ions, it is having plus 3 charge. And so first of all, when we calculate the number of protons in an ions, we look at the atomic number of that element. Aluminum is having 13 atomic numbers. And so since in any reactions, in a chemical reaction, number of protons remain same, they are not lost or gained. That's why the number of protons will be also be 13. Now let's focus on calculating number of electrons. And so here you can see that aluminum is having plus 3 charge, and when an ion is having plus 3 charge, it means that it is losing electrons. It has lost 3 electrons, and since it has lost 3 electrons, that's why we subtract 3 from 13. Here we get 13 minus 3 is equal to, here we have 10. So number of electrons in this aluminum ion are 10, and the number of protons are 13. I will take the second example, that is here we have an ion of nitrogen. It is having minus 3 charge, and so when we have to find out the number of protons in these ions, we look at the atomic number of nitrogen. Nitrogen is having atomic number, that is 7. As a result, here we can say that number of protons are also 7, because the atomic number of nitrogen is 7. I will mention here protons are 7. Now we calculate number of electrons in this ion. You can see that in a nitrogen atom is having minus 3 charge. It means that it has gained 3 electrons. That's why we add these 3 electrons to the number of protons to calculate number of electrons. Here we add 7 plus 3 is equal to 7 plus 3 is equal to, here we have 10. Here we can say that number of electrons are 10 in this ion, and number of protons are 7 in the ion of nitrogen. Another example that I'm going to take, that is a metal magnesium. It is having plus 2 charge, and we calculate the number of protons. To calculate number of protons in this ion, we look at the atomic number of magnesium. Magnesium is having atomic number 12, so that's why we mention number of protons are 12. Now we calculate number of electrons in this ion. You can see that it is having plus 2 charge. It means that it has lost 2 electrons, and since it has lost 2 electrons, we subtract 2 from 12, that is number of protons. Here we get 12 minus 2, as a result we get 10. Here you can see that the number of electrons are 10 and number of protons are 12 are given here. I will be taking here the final example that is given. I will take that is a fluoride ion. It is having minus 1 charge, and now we have to calculate the number of protons in these ions. Now you can mention, like, fluoride ions, like fluorine, the atomic number of F is, that is 9. As a result, here we can say that the number of protons in this ion are 9. Now we have to calculate the number of electrons, and here when we calculate the number of electrons, we look at the charge of this ions. It is having 1 negative charge. It means that it has gained 1 electron. Since it has gained 1 electron, so that's why we add 1 to the number of protons. Here we have 10. So here we can say that fluoride ion is having number of electrons 10, and so the number of protons in this ion are 9. Thank you.